dreamers, and welcome back to Imagine with Royce. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Royce. I'm a painter, sculptor, and a collector. Today we are going to be discussing what are animatronic skins made out of. This was a really good comment question, and I can understand why people are curious because it looks like they are made out of so many different types of materials, right? Well, the first and the most common is silicone. So silicone is a type of rubber that is used for expanding and contrasting, specifically in animatronics that talk. So the Disney formula is always evolving and always trying to upgrade to a more durable silicone skin. For instance, the new animatronic of Tiana is one of those where it's really executed well in terms of the just overall density and more complexity of the character in terms of now that she's a little bit more expressive with her eyebrow movement. So it's constantly updating, constantly evolving. I remember when the Small World heads were getting an upgrade with their silicone heads because, as a lot of you I'm sure see, the tears in the mouth, unfortunately. That's also just due to wear and tear. No matter how much we try as maintenance Imagineers to upgrade these beautiful animatronics to make sure that they last a little bit longer. So silicone is by far the most used type of skin in an animatronic. And then there is resin, which is a little bit more durable. So you will see resin used for instance, the Tiki Room bird and a lot of the dark rides. So Pinocchio's Daring Journey or Alice in Wonderland. A lot of those animatronic figures in there that are a little bit more stagnant, but that have a little just more simplistic animation to them. They're made out of resin and they are sanded, primed, and painted in beautiful black light paint. And it's just incredible how they can really stand the test of time, and they last a really, really long time, resin. And then there is fiberglass. So fiberglass is used for animals such like the Jungle Cruise, like the deer that you see in the background, they're made of fiberglass. The hippos in the water are made of fiberglass. Even the snake in the tree next to the piranhas is made of fiberglass as well that Mark Davis got to design. So fiberglass is used a lot in the exposed animatronic situation. And then there's latex, which is another type of rubber, and that is used for something that has to, like for instance, Ursula, her arm has to stretch a lot when she moves. The Splash Mountain figures are also, a lot of them were latex skin, and latex skin has to be painted with a different type of paint than silicone does. Each of these skins has a very specific paint that goes along with it. For instance, if we're doing something in silicone or latex, there is a little drop that we put into, and I cannot remember the name of the drop. If I do, I'll link it down below, and we'll mix it in with our paint. And this is just regular acrylic. And then when we paint it or even airbrush it on, the paint, when it dries, it has some elasticity to it. So it stretches without cracking, which is very important for these figures. And then of course we seal it so that if it needs to look glossy, it looks glossy or just matte. So that's kind of the basics of the skins. And as I told you before, Disney is constantly upgrading these formulas, constantly innovating, trying to change it, trying to find the most durable, long-lasting silicones and rubbers that they can. And recently, this is a really good example of the evolution of Imagineering. The Jungle Cruise refurb, where we introduced the gorillas into the Jungle Cruise. Now we are using the shells that are made out of 3D prints. Yes, so the shells, the butyrate shells, which for those that do not know, you see them in the Haunted Mansion, and pretty much all the animatronics have them in like Pirates and even Small World. They are, butyrate shells are, it's really hard for me to explain. It's basically the translucent plastic that you see. There's the bone or the metal component of the animatronic, and then it has a little stick that comes out with a little screw at the end, and the shell will latch on, and then you could screw the shell to it. So it forms a human shape of an arm opposed to just a line, which is metal. That's what those shells are. And even those now are being printed in 3D, which makes them lighter. Pretty much all the animatronics in Tiana's Bayou Adventure was 3D printed shells, which is just incredible. I think the most successful animatronic in Tiana's Bayou Adventure was definitely that large and in charge Lewis animatronic. What do you think? I think he's just incredible. I also personally love the beaver. But yeah, that's how the skins of the animatronics are made and what they're made out of. Now, of course, there's so many types of furs and hair that we use for the skin. So all the pirates, they are punched each and every individual hair. I'm not kidding you. I've watched Debbie many times put hair on legs of pirates, especially the one with the canteen that's in Pirates with the parrot next to him that looks like he's gonna dump rum on you. Each and every one of those hairs was individually punched into the skin. So that is an incredible surface of that particular animatronic. And then there's hair, there's wigs, there's yarn, and then of course there's clothing. So there's so much that goes into making an animatronic a realistic, moving, living, breathing object, person, place, bird. Lincoln, of course, is probably the most successful in terms of believability. There's just so much to his facial expressions. And then, of course, in Pandora at Disney's Animal Kingdom, the beautiful Navi queen, I forgot what her name, but she's like a shaman. She is absolutely extraordinary. There's so many components and gears in her that it's just really exciting to see where Imagineering is going, where they've come from, and where they'll go next. But that is the answer to what animatronic skins are made out of. If you like this sort of content, please let me know. Hit subscribe and ring that bell icon. That way you are notified whenever I upload a new video. I wish you all a wonderful day. Be nice to one another. And always remember, dreamers, not only to follow your dreams, but to chase them. I'll catch you in the next one.